Hello everyone and welcome to the Parker Media channel. Hooray, first video! Yes, let's go. Today we're gonna have a react of AI. Is Sarah, her name, and I'll leave the link in the channel and everything down below. She's creating pretty much AI clone, and I just want to check it out with you, what's going on. And I believe she starts with something from 11 Labs, which is really good. I use 11 Labs now for years. It's been saving my life. So without further ado, let's check it out.
That sounded exactly like you.
Hello everyone, Sarah Dietschy, rhymes with Peachy here, and today we're talking about a subject that you're probably either tired of or excited about: AI. There's been a lot of buzz recently about video generation. So whether it's OpenAI's Sora or Google's new Veo 2, they all have one thing in common: they're cool, but it still lacks a practical use case. At least I think it does. Sure, in the short term, it might replace, stock footage from somewhere like Storyblocks, and maybe in the long term, people will be making movies by just, typing out sentences, I guess.
I truly believe that. Okay, let's put that as like this is true. Okay. I totally believe that AI will take over stock footage, all that sort of stuff, for sure. It's quicker, it's easier, you can be very precise in whichever you need. So there's no way. I totally agree with her. It's gonna take over. There's nothing we can do, guys.
That just seems extremely lame though. The latter still feels so far away, and TBD if people actually want it. I doubt that people actually want that. But I've been extremely fascinated lately by making AI voice clones of myself and video clones. This side of AI is actually getting kind of good. A lot of people like a year ago made videos about this, and it was still like, it's fine. But now, me personally, I'm like, wait. Is this happening? And what's interesting about this is I can actually see it having a practical use for me. No, I'm not going to be making entire YouTube videos with an AI clone of myself, right? The entire point of YouTube is you're following a real
That's already happening, isn't it? It is already happening. We know it. We can see all over Instagram people. They're already doing that. So they just clone themselves and they start doing all sorts of clones, and you can see by the blink, they blink like really hard. and it's funny, but they're already doing that.
Right? A real human with emotions and opinions and a point of view. But say I need to revise a part of the video with some voiceover, right? And my AI voice clone can do that for me. Recording a voiceover at my desk, even with the same microphone, already doesn't sound the same as recording it in the original room that I recorded the original video with, So if all I have to do is type it out and then download it, and it sounds just as good as recording it at my desk, or maybe even better, yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Same thing with a AI video clone. That'll definitely be tougher to figure out, but honestly, I'm excited to dive into this and show you guys the results. So I recently went back and forth with Levels on Twitter when he made a voice clone, and it sounded good. It sounded like him, but the clone just didn't pause at all. It just was like basically one long run-on sentence. He wanted to build his own voice clone to make an audiobook, which is funny because a few people on Twitter were basically like, hey, you've been working on this for days. Couldn't you have just sat down for 3 or 4 hours and just read the audiobook yourself? Honestly, with a lot of this AI tech, yes, just do it the old way, right? But I think what I'm finding and other people are finding is this is just so cool and new. So when you figure it out, it's exciting, right? And then also it just like scales infinitely. So if you
To be honest, nowadays, I think there's a lot of tools that can do that a lot better. I think every day things are improving, to be honest, and I think she's got a point, and having the human touch is really good, by all means, but it's a new thing. It's working, it's cool, and it's getting better. And I think we're not far off of having like almost a perfect clone for the voices. to the point that if we use someone's voice or something, like she said, to like for an input or for something that was, I don't know, said it wrong or you couldn't capture or something, it works fine. People won't get it. They won't notice that.
One voice clone, well then that's unlimited voiceovers and unlimited audiobooks. You just copy and paste your script and boom, right? So I relayed the settings that I actually landed on, but it still didn't work for him. And the conclusion, well, what these AIs train on is the most important part of this whole process. So the actual length of the content I find doesn't matter that much, because Levels had 2 hours of podcast content, but it still didn't work, because how you talk in a podcast is not necessarily the same way how you're going to talk for an audiobook. So you can't magically get out what you're not putting in, if that makes sense. And it sounds like jump cuts in the original audio file were just too abrupt, and therefore the exported file is going to reflect that, right? So let me show you the process that I went through to get my AI voice clone to sound like this. Its cage-like body is easy to rig up and features built-in cooling fans, which is crucial for an in-studio podcast setup where you may need to record and stream for extended periods without worrying about overheating. The bright red tally lights around the camera make it easy to confirm the recording status. That's not me. That's literally not me.
Exactly. I think let's see what she's going to say. But in my experience, what I believe that works the best is like you have to have a really good quality audio and not just reading. You have to actually mean it when you say it. Like just the way you talk is completely different. So when people are reading, they tend to read just like a robot. So you gotta be more like, have more inflections, speak more naturally, as if you were talking to a friend or something. So when you do that, in my experience, it's way more believable. To give you a tip, I've done that with some friends. You can always get like WhatsApp voice notes and audio, clean that a little bit, and then you can use that. I'm not saying to use that like for a bad thing, but if you do that, people, they just talking as they normally talk. They are sending audio and voice memos or whatever, recordings, as they normally talk. So that could be potentially very helpful to create like a database. Although that being said, maybe the recording is not the best. So it's just to give you an idea of things that you could use potentially to do that. So in my experience, that helps a lot.
Where it blows my mind the most, and it's kind of hit or miss depending on the script I give it, is just the enunciation and the words that I emphasize every now and then. It actually kind of nails that, which is really crazy. Okay, well, so I use a service called 11 Labs. This is what most people are using for voice clones. So I'll make sure to link everything in the description below. Yeah, I need to get affiliate links for this because I'm such a big fan. I can't hawk this for free, Anyways, so a lot of these AI companies, they just do a lot. You can see a lot of different services they offer, but we're gonna go to voices. So focus on that voices tab under create, and then at the top you'll see create or clone a new voice. In between the weeks that I made my first voice clone and now making this video, they actually added this option, the professional voice clone option, but I only use the instant voice clone, and it sounds pretty great. So I would start there, but I'm definitely gonna try.
To be honest, I don't know if she's gonna show it, but to be very honest with you, the instant voice cloning, sorry, it didn't come out, but the instant voice clone, it literally is instant. I don't know how they do it. It's dark sorcery, but trust me, they do it, and it's insane. It's actually pretty good. It's crazy. Let's see what
later. In total, I probably uploaded around 20 minutes total, and this was from previous videos of mine, since that is what I want to sound like in my exports, right? So I made sure to leave in some breathing and some pauses, so it was just the rough cut of all of my A-roll. This will be pretty easy for you if you have like hours of footage like what I'm doing now, just talking to a camera in the way that you want your energy to be reflected in the export. The other biggest part of this is you actually want to add a description of your voice. And of course, I use ChatGPT to get this description. So mine says, Sarah Dietschy's voice is bright, confident, and full of energy. Perfect for sharing her passion for tech and creativity. It's approachable and fun and blah, blah, blah. I'll screenshot the rest of it so you can get some inspo. And yeah, I spent a while tweaking the parameters, but this is what I landed on. So for stability, I put it at 40%, at similarity, 50%, and then 10% for style exaggeration. And then I made sure that speaker boost was turned on. So this might be different for everyone, and you can hover over that question mark to see what each value means. But the biggest changes that I found were tweaking the stability.
It was doing like all the breathing the same way.
Yeah, so it didn't the first time, but then I just cranked the style exaggeration and similarity.
It like captured your style with 3 audio clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you change the stability and you make more suitable for mistakes kind of thing, it will, then you get the breathing, then you get like the more natural-ish sounding thing. So that's a really good tip. I actually do that myself a lot. That helps
exactly like
really to
increasing
sound like
stability
the
will
person.
make your voice sound more
And they
consistent,
use your samples.
but it might make it sound more monotonous, which is just screams AI, So decreasing that stability in some cases helps slow down the voice. Keep in mind, you can also slow down the voice in your video editor, right? So I've done this before. You can change the speed from like 100% to 98% or something like that to make it sound more natural. Just make sure that you have maintain pitch selected so you won't sound different. Honestly, I feel like this sounds very good. Obviously, I know my voice incredibly well, so I can hear the little artifacts and the things that are wrong, but for the audience, for you guys, I mean, what do you think? When AI stuff like this comes out initially, I'll play around with it and I'll be like, oh wow, that's really cool. There's an initial excitement, but then you try to work it into your workflow and you're like, wait, this is really bad, right? I tried this a little under a year ago and it was just not good. And then I started, seeing some people post about it on Twitter. And then I was like, wait, this has just gotten really good all of a sudden. I feel like that's how these AI things work. And even with text generation, ChatGPT or Anthropic, the other services, I'll find with certain models or upgrading the model that I'll have to like downgrade to the lower model because, oh, this one isn't as good for the use case that I was using it for. So it's interesting. It's like a moving target. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm having a lot of fun learning right now. And then occasionally, I'll share what I'm learning. Anyways, what about the voice clone part of this? I can see using it for the same exact use case, but I don't think it's there yet, but it is getting so close. I honestly just looked at this video. There is so much noise out there, and so that's why I've curated all of this into a simple step-by-step guide. These days, how you show up online is the new handshake. It's the first impression you give to your podcast audience, your clients, your employees, your students. I mean, that was good, right?
Yes, that's insane. That is truly insane. HeyGen is a sick tool. I've posted on my Instagram a few weeks ago or something like that, a video where I switched to so many different languages. So I think it was German. I spoke Portuguese on a video, but there was German. I think there was English, Japanese, Polish, Russian. There was so many. And the good thing about this is the lip sync. I almost slipped there. But yeah, the lip sync is insane. So they do that and they use your voice to manipulate that a little bit. So not a little bit, a lot. And then you get the perfect kind of a combo where 11 Labs doesn't do that. It does change your voice and dub nowadays, where previously it didn't do that. But now it does. But I believe at this point, it doesn't yet do the lip sync for you. So HeyGen is insane. So you can, and I believe they can create new avatars as well. So you can literally create your own avatar and then you can use 11 Labs as an input for the voice. So you kind of have the perfect combo. I don't know if she did that, but if she did, then she nailed it.
Like that.
Oh.
It's really good. I've been making a lot of training content for both internal purposes when I'm using freelancers that I hire, right? But it's also like educational training that I'm going to sell if anyone else wants to buy it, right? So this endeavor has just been an insanely long journey because one, there's a reason why I haven't done it before. It's boring to me and I don't like doing it. What I thought was going to take a week to film has now taken over a month to film. And I've been actually working on the first thing for almost a year. Granted, we had a newborn in that time, right? So I haven't had a ton of time. But anyways, I have over, I think like 6 hours of video content, like finished video content that I have worked very hard to make look cohesive, right? But say there's an edit I need to make, or maybe add an additional piece of content. If the tech is good enough, I think I would totally use an AI clone of myself to add the 2 minutes at the end of, you know, a module that I feel like needs editing or maybe something changed to keep that cohesive look, right? If I train it on the video of me sitting here and filming, then it's gonna look exactly like I filmed it in the same day. So the key to these AI video clones is honestly exactly like the audio clones, right? It's having really good training videos that you input to get a believable output. So this actually does not make sense.
So this is exactly the same thing I said before. So depending on what you feed the AI. So in audio, we have a thing that we have a saying, trash in, trash out, or rubbish in, rubbish out if you're British. Anyways, you can do a lot if you have like a trash input. Yes, you can manipulate, you can kind of make it look better. But if you know, record in a good condition. So let's say I record in this studio with this lighting and I make my avatar with all the quality I can with a good camera, good audio, everything. And I use the input, for instance, from 11 Labs to use the perfect voice cloning and so it would give you more kind of work around. But let's say one day you're sick or you're not at home or you can't, I don't know, you're on a holiday and you don't really have access to your studio. I don't know, that it could be anything. And then so this is a really good idea. So you can kind of use that every now and then. Obviously you can warn people because nowadays I guess still kind of a new thing. So people are not very happy with it because they feel like you're lazy or something, which in my opinion, I don't think that at all. But even though still great because you're still producing content and you're still kind of doing stuff online and actually, you know, like I said, creating content, new content, but you're not really stuck to be in your studio or in your home or whatever you record your video. Also, you can record elsewhere, but sometimes you have to take your equipment with you. And if you're traveling abroad, if you go into another country or whichever situation, it is a good substitute. I must say that it's really good for a number of occasions. So yeah.
A lot of use cases. If you have to, you know, set up your studio, get dressed, put makeup on, you know, do all of those things, you might as well just sit down for 30 minutes, hit record.
I promise I haven't watched this video before. I haven't, but I understand. I truly understand the struggle. I truly do. So I know why she's saying those things, because really it feels like that. It feels like we have to do a lot of stuff, and sometimes you feel under the weather. Sometimes, well, I gave so many case scenarios. I don't need
your YouTube
anymore.
video, right? If the output is a 10-minute YouTube video, it's honestly probably not worth the trouble of training the AI in the exact outfit and all of your stuff. Just, you know, record the video, right? And you're also gonna have a better output because you can be more expressive and you're a human. But if it's hours and hours of, you know, say educational content that you already have the scripts for, right? 2 minutes of filming to train the AI for hours of finished content. Yeah, that actually might be worth it. Again, I think it's safe to say that I would never personally use it for an actual YouTube video where I'm talking to my, well-trusted and hopefully earned audience here on YouTube.
Probably would.
But hey, an edit here and there for maybe some internal content or stuff like that.
You're contradicting yourself. You can't do that, mate. You can't do that. You either use it or not. No, I'm joking. But it's very tempting because it's getting so good. It's so good. And it's tempting to use more often than we should, I guess. But I mean, we can do. There's a lot of user cases as well, like, especially for audio. Like, there's people that are sick. Like I said, sometimes you have a client, they need to record an audio for something. That happened with me, I think last week, or I don't know, 2 weeks ago. I had to record something for the client. They couldn't speak. They were like really bad, and the content actually had to go out. So it was very difficult for them to kind of understand how did I manage to get like a clone and clone their voice. They felt a bit scary at first, but then they realized actually that was very good because I got their voice from a database that I already have from other videos, other productions that we've done together, and that kind of kept the production moving forward. And to be honest, you can't even tell. The everyone in the production team knew because obviously the guy was sick, but everyone else that was listening to it and didn't know that he was sick, perfectly fine. So yeah, it's very tempting to use more often than we should use.
Yes. So let me show you how this actually works. So HeyGen is what we are going to use to create our avatar. So they already have these pre-made avatars that are modeled after real actors. I've looked it up. These actors have given their consent, right, and are actually compensated when their videos are used for a user's avatar. So that's interesting. But the more useful thing to do is to create your own avatar. So let's select create avatar and follow the prompts. These instructions here are actually more important than I thought. Okay, but more on that later. I failed several times by uploading like cut up footage and footage that just did not work. Unlike the audio examples where it's easy to just upload audio from existing YouTube videos, you cannot do that with HeyGen because it does not like video cuts and talking without pauses. And YouTube is just talking without pauses. It's one long run-on sentence, right? So it's much more effective if you record a dedicated video for the purpose of making an avatar. This part is interesting. They make you verify your identity before continuing, because setting the precedent of being able to just upload anyone's face and making an avatar of them would not be great, right?
No.
People are already doing deepfakes and stuff, but then this would just give that power to the masses. The first time I did it, I didn't have makeup on. I was too ugly for the AI to recognize that I was the same person, so I had to actually redo it. So you read the statement and then you get
She got denied by AI. No, you're not the same person. Sorry, not the same.
Started with your avatar. It only took a few minutes to generate, and the really cool part is you can actually connect your AI voice clone from 11 Labs to HeyGen. It is
now that I didn't know that, so that's fantastic. So because previously I had to do that and literally manually kind of send the input. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. So I see a lot of companies, AI companies, starting to work together, and the fact that 11 Labs and HeyGen, the biggest ones in cloning, voice cloning and video cloning, or they're working together. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It truly is.
Much better
Saves
than the
so
default
much time
one
as well.
that HeyGen generates, so I recommend using 11 Labs. So input your script and boom. So here was my first stab at properly creating my first AI avatar. Okay, right now I am in, well, my childhood bedroom. I've been transforming this space into just a good peachy A-roll shot. I think this is a great place to just record a straight 2 to 3 minutes of me talking. Does not like jump cuts. You can't put anything with jump cuts. And then if you put like bad footage into it where, you know, I look down at a script, it'll literally make that a part of the output, is like you looking down at a script. So here we go. Let's see if this works. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online.
Let's watch
Whether
that,
you're
but
just starting out or
I'm not a
managing
sponsor.
growing brand,
I'm not a
Squarespace
sponsor.
makes
Although
it easy to create
Squarespace,
a beautiful website.
if you want to
Engage with
sponsor
your
me,
audience.
I'll let the sound down below. But guys, Squarespace, if you want to follow us, and if you, I'll use that for that. And Squarespace is great. So let's go back to the video.
But for real though, thank you Squarespace for sponsoring this video. And
Yeah.
the rest of the ad read
Sponsor
is still
me.
going to be an output from HeyGen.
Sponsor me as well.
But
I'm ready.
it's with another
I
video
promise.
that I recorded because I already can tell a few of the things that I need to change. There's a section called Things to Avoid. Changing positions while recording, but diverting your gaze.
It's actually
or looking
very
around.
hard.
I'm gonna look
You
off
actually
from
have
the
to
camera less
kind of
because for
be
some
static,
reason
but at the
HeyGen
same
fixated
time
on that, and then hands gestures above
move.
chest using pointing gestures. So it says look directly into camera and then pause in between each sentence with your mouth closed. I need to do this for a third time, but here's the thing with, you know, people like me and you, us quirky creatives, right? We're not good at following instructions. Okay, take number 2 for HeyGen training video. Let's hope I can keep my hands down below because I use my hands a lot when talking. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. In the last video, I talked about Squarespace's Blueprint AI. This is Squarespace's new AI-enhanced website builder, where it spins up an entire website just by asking you a few questions. It does an incredible job. Whether you use one of Squarespace's award-winning templates to build your website, or their fluid engine that allows you to drag and drop blocks anywhere, or their new Blueprint AI, Squarespace really makes it so easy to get started. They are always releasing new features like Squarespace Payments, where you can manage payments all in one place and it doesn't require a
I mean, you can tell because
party. They have incredible
the way she
analytics
moves
and insights, the ability to purchase.
And knowing Sarah a bit more now with this video, I can tell that you're very dynamic and you talk and you're like very expressive. And then seeing you like this, I'm in a small screen, but seeing you like this, like, yeah, Squarespace this, Squarespace that. Well, it's very different. But I must say, that being said, is insane. For someone that doesn't know Sarah at all and just sees the ad, no brainer. No one will say that. No one will say that is AI.
And so much more. If you want to give Squarespace a try, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, or if you want to get started today, go to squarespace.com, Sarah Dietschy, for 10% of your first purchase of a domain or website. I mean, hey, that wasn't too bad. And
no, that was I must say that was actually that's mind blowing. If you think a few years ago, Will Smith, yeah, guys, this is sick. We're going towards a very crazy yet amazing journey through AI. Really good. And I must say, you need to know how to use it, not just responsibly, but actually, if you want to, which is pretty much what she's saying, if you want to extract the best out, like the best of the best out of the tool, you just got to work out. You gotta do your best to record the best video. The lighting was spot on. Everything that she did, really good. The way she talked, the way she moved the elbows, the arms, the body, just to, you know, kind of a little bit more calm and less movement than a normal person, because I guess it kind of loops those movements. So if you do weird stuff, all the like once while you're talking, it might keep repeating, you know, your arm doing weird stuff. So yeah, like it's insane. It was really good.
Honestly,
Well done.
I
Well
appreciate
done,
you,
Squarespace.
AI Sarah, for helping me with that sponsored ad spot. Shout out to Squarespace. Check out Squarespace. Link
Shout
in
out
the description
Squarespace.
below. AI is
There we
already
go.
really helping me with some delegation, right? So I've been playing around with this a lot. And at the core of all this AI stuff, sometimes it's just really random. Sometimes I get great outputs, other times I don't. But because it's already gotten so much better in just less than a year, those wrinkles are gonna be ironed out. I feel like in the next 6 months, this is just gonna be like good. Like the video generation is gonna be there, and definitely the AI voices, I feel like they're already almost there. I know this brings up like so much existential stuff, right? People are like, oh, YouTubers gonna be replaced by AI, right? I feel like being a personal brand is actually more important than ever. Actually having a following of people who connect with you, who actually understand, you know, a part of you, who share your hobbies, who share these like niche interests that you're in, and you can just connect, right, with an audience online. I think that is actually more important than ever, because there's honestly more garbage than ever online, it seems like, right?
That's
and
true.
so with that, of course, there's more
have to agree with you,
competition
Sarah.
for attention. But that means the people who can do it right, who are actually authentic, right, who are vulnerable, who are real humans, and they can communicate that through a lens, because that's a skill of its own too. Those people are gonna stay winning. Trust me. The fact that being a YouTuber in itself
I agree.
is so extremely difficult to delegate means that you have a very long time before AI influencers
Takes
are
over.
ruling the world. The easier
True.
a task is to
True.
delegate to a human, the easier that task will be to delegate to an AI, if that makes sense. And personally, what I feel like I've learned is a lot of this stuff just isn't scalable. Being a YouTuber, being a content creator is a really special job. You get to be creative for your job, and you can make a great living doing it, but very, very few are going to scale that to the size of, you know, a Mr. Beast, a Linus Tech Tips, because the nature of what we're doing right here is really like one-on-one.
Yeah, the sense of community, the way that we talk, the way that we engage, still winning. There's a lot of work to get to the point that where the machine will replace you in terms of engaging, because still you're gonna have to feed the machine with all the kind of insights and the way that you talk and the way that you do things and the way that you move. So what I'm trying to say is, even though the machine does that, someone had to tell the machine, look, you got to do that, unless you get to a singularity. But that's a different story. Let's not go that far, and let's crack on.
If I start to bring in other personalities to talk about tech and talk about life, you don't care, because I like to think that you're here for me, right? And so that's why I think people screaming about AI replacing these certain fields, I just don't think it's that existential yet. And even the stuff that it is accelerating in, like programming, coding, I don't think that gets rid of programming jobs, right? Maybe less of them are available, but that means that one programmer is just gonna be that much more productive, right? I am so excited for more video editing AI tools. Give me stuff that cuts A-roll automatically, right? I want that, because that's not the creative part of editing a video. If I can save 2 hours of my time doing that, that means I have more time to actually do the creative storytelling part of it, or maybe add some more fun graphics, or spend more time color grading it. I feel like I'm ranting at this point, but that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna stay locked into this stuff. I think it's really fun. I've started to dabble in AI agents and stuff, which are really cool. Honestly, at the core, you're just setting up like Zapier automations, but I'm more interested in the side of things that actually uses AI to really move the process along to where your little AI agent can be doing stuff, you know, on the side without you knowing. That's the side of things that can get scary, right? I'm not gonna give an AI control of my computer anytime soon, but that's where it can get really cool. Anyways, let me know if you like this video. hit that subscribe button down below for new
Yes.
videos.
Yeah, and
every
mine
single
as well.
week. And
Go
let
ahead.
me know if you guys
Subscribe.
enjoy this, because
Obviously go
this
to
is a
Sarah.
topic that has
She's
a lot
great.
of BS associated with it.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people in my audience probably aren't even going to click in on this video, but if it can help you, encourage you to just dive into these tools, if you haven't even downloaded ChatGPT yet, just try it. For me personally, it's helped me just start things when it comes to writing a script or editing a script or editing brand talking points. It has helped so much. I've been having a lot of fun. I've now outroed this video probably 4 different times, so I'm gonna shut it. And yeah, make sure to check out my Squarespace, link in the description below. And until next time, everyone, stay peachy. Okay, B.
Well, same thing that Sarah said, and to be honest with you, this is exactly what I want to do with this channel as well. So just like she said, follow down below. There's so much more videos that I want to make. I don't just want to make like reactions like this one, but I feel like I wanted to start something. So I feel like this was the easiest way to kind of start something. Please subscribe, leave a thumbs up. If you can do that, that would be amazing. I'll be so happy and I'll be eternally grateful. And like she said as well, I probably finished this video like 4 or 5 times. So let's carry on. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whichever you're doing, and stay safe. See you later. Bye.